we have 5 songs from the Edwardian composer Guy Dardillo, real name Helen Rhodes, thanks to David.
Thank you so much, David, for your requests. And as regular viewers can see here on Living Room Requests, that the living room from which we are coming today is not our own. That is of Adam's. We'll tell you and remind you about Adam later, an important figure. But thanks to David for these requests.
Many thanks.
And we'll just play them and we'll chat at the end.
Yes. Till you looked up, the sunshine in your hair there you have it. She was most well known for Because, and you can hear echoes of that song through all 5 of those, I would say.
They're most of the songs that I know by her, but you can bet that it crept in, if it was composed after Because, later.
Yes, either they influenced Because or they were influenced by Because, but Because is just, gosh.
Because is the model
These
to
are
which
grapes.
all of the compositions should be. They're very, very Edwardian.
They're grapes. They should look purple, but in that sort of little tiny screen, they look silver, which is rather weird. Anyway.
Comment below if you think the grapes look purple. Never mind
Important
about
things.
anything to do with the music or any of that.
No, these are amazing.
malarkey.
These may be world premieres recordings because she wrote so much. I think it's Guy Dardillo because she was born, her last name was Guy. Now, speaking of...
Let's pose for a little thumbnail. I'll just pop that on there.
So yeah, and David, wonderfully sort of exploratory. He said that he wants to see them tested to see whether they stand up, what they're like.
Let's pose for
It's a
little
brilliant
thumbnail.
use
Ready?
of the
There
platform.
we are.
There we go.
You might consider one or not touching the piano and giving a bit of
Oh,
gap.
right. Oh,
There
we
go.
have 2
Visual.
options. There we go. Guy Dardillo. And yeah, I'm very curious. I was very curious as to what they were like. They're so similar to Because. It's amazing.
So what do you make of these compositions in comparison to the likes of Teresa del Riego that we did
Also
for David?
requested
Another
for
red
David.
dress on another piano in a church.
This is much warmer thanks to Adam.
Now you will recall the name Adam from the early days of Living Room Requests as one of the first requesters when he requested Oh Donna Clara. Following that, the much mentioned
Earl Koenig, the crazy Earl Koenig.
As well as later additions such as a couple of Gershwin numbers and I believe the Stravinsky. The true Living Room Requesters and amongst you will recall the Stravinsky songs. What's the name of the set?
Shall we link them?
What's the name of the set
there?
specifically?
The Russian songs.
Stravinsky Russian songs,
Yeah.
although we sang them in French.
In French,
obviously.
because that's where he wrote them, in a French-speaking place, and that's the reason. No, these are very, very interesting, and I have to say, I did a few Ossias in the last one, because obviously we do these live, no edits, never performed them before. Very few people, I think, would have done them live and with no edits. But yeah, the last one's very interesting. Words by Ethel Clifford, who is in my book. We'll write the poets down there because they are interesting.
Yeah, very, very relevant. And for those who you've been watching for a while, you will notice that Patricia's book has been linked in the description onto this video for a long time, for years.
It may be 50% off still. I think that the code is final 50, all capitals.
50% off a book. That's
final
a lot.
at 50.
That's a lot, isn't it?
It's a lot because Valley Press are moving offices. So if you want to get that book, I'll put a link down there. I think it's still 50% off.
That's called She Wrote the Songs.
Yeah.
And while you're here, if you got this far, the rule is you have to press the thumbs up, which is going to be down there, I think.
No, well done. This guy, his major was guitar, and here he is playing very demanding piano parts. And, with no edits. And also, in the last one particularly, I did a few alternative notes because that's kind of in the style. In that, and you often, when you read these original ones, they'll often give you little tiny notes that are optional.
Up to 4 options sometimes,
So
and that's
sometimes,
not even a joke.
Yeah,
The
literally, you
whole
can
chord
go
will be
above
there,
or
like-
below.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to be kind of, as long as your affect, as long as you're as emotional as they are, we were laughing that they all start with a big octave in the bass. Like, I am playing the piano now. Boom! The beginning of the song. And then there's a sort of moment. And the poems all sort of have a sort of second verse where it's much more like... and this is the personal
That's
one.
what she liked,
This
clearly.
is the personal
That's
bit.
what she liked.
It
That's what
starts
she
with
went
a
for.
bird or a rose or both. Sometimes talking to
You
them.
could play like a card game
Not
version
talking
of it,
to them.
couldn't you?
Yeah, you could. You could totally. Or a bingo.
I need a bird.
Yeah. So there's birds, there's roses, and then in the second bit, the second half, it's like when you, and it gets personal, and it's like
That's why later on,
in my ear, in my heart,
a lot of people ended up.
and then it ends big.
A lot of people ended up parodying Paula's songs, didn't they? Because they found the sort of sentiment and subject matter similar.
As soon as you open yourself up, you're parodyable. That is just how it is. If you want to be, glib and sophisticated and nothing serious, like in the 20s and everything's just a joke, then that's more safe. It's the having the guts to go, this is how I feel. Do not wake the garden with your love or whatever the thing is. And they really mean it. It's like when I held it in my heart and people are like, ha, emotion. Let's make fun of it. So I think the courage of these people of that time to be like this and to sing about, it's
a very clear way of speaking. I've always loved it in both art songs and popular songs at the time. Very understandable by a range of people.
Yeah, and there's some things like, I understand what the woodbird sings. What's a woodbird? Is that like a greenwood tree, and that it's sort of like a general category?
I don't know. If anyone's watching this far, you can write
what's a woodbird?
They might be able to get to Wikipedia quickly than we can while we're recording a video.
Yes, exactly. No, that's brilliant. So thank you, David. And we still have 3 Teresa Del Riego in that incredible tranche of requests of these ladies. Because basically he read, she wrote the songs or
and
heard.
Said, I know somebody might be able to do this.
Yeah. He sort of, you've underrepresented these 2 women, which is true. There's so many, that I only chose, I think I mentioned them, but I only chose a few to talk about, particularly to sort of signal the rest. But no, it's brilliant. Thank you.
No, it's been a lovely afternoon. Thanks again to David. Thanks to Adam and Ange here for their lovely living room.
Absolutely.
And comment below if you've noticed the Patricia Hammond family Easter egg in the frame of this video. Be very interested to notice.
Yes, well
otherwise,
done.
follow her on Patricia Hammond Songs on Instagram, and you can support the work on Patreon, which is entitled Patricia Hammond. Anything else?
I just wanted to say, now you've made me forget what it was. Oh yes, ironically, because, which is The Elephant in the Room, her most well-known piece, we've not done on Living Room Requests.
If you want to request that, you can.
That's very ironic.
Go to patriciahammond.com/requests, but the link is in the description.
It is.
See you next time.
See you next time, hopefully.